I'm Scott Hopkins.
And I'm Mark Howler, and this is CCN.
In COVID custom news, motorcycle shows have been cancelled. Motorcycle shops have been shut down. Riding has been paused.
The spread has affected us all. However, there are two reasonably youngish, attractive men who have turned things around.
The amazing team at Pipeburn have managed to shift all the doom and gloom into a COVID custom motorcycle show.
They have turned this epidemic into an epic-demic.
The rate of submissions are growing out of control, and the spread of COVID customs is spreading faster than the disease itself.
Fortunately, the two youngish, attractive men are doing the best that they can to flatten the curve. They have now committed to reducing the cases from 1,093 to only 7 in the next 60 minutes.
Let's cross now to Mark and Scott at the COVID custom show.
Thank you, Scott. We're here live now in Sydney. How are you?
And thank you, Scott, as well. Guys, I'm Mark Howler, founder of the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, and proud to be a part of Pipeburn. Scott here is the founder of Pipeburn. Scott, you started Pipeburn 10 years ago. Just give us a quick explanation as to why you started it.
Pretty much just started looking for cool bikes around the world, and I bought a SR400 and was just doing little mods to it and just wanted to share what I was doing.
And it's now basically become the biggest motorcycle custom blog in the world. Maybe not the biggest, maybe the second biggest.
It's up there.
But we'll get there. Guys, a big reason that you're celebrating with us today is we're celebrating the art of custom culture, the art of custom motorcycles. All this COVID stuff happened. Scott and I were getting a little bit bored, so we came up with the idea to put something together just to try and inspire people at home to keep working on their motorbikes, keep modifying their motorbikes, but you know what? Just to get a little bit of eye candy onto the website and into your eyeballs. What we did have is, first up, we had some amazing bikes entered. We had some amazing machines
So many
entered.
good bikes.
We don't even know if we can call them bikes or machines. Earlier today, we had one of our most popular builders actually take his for a little bit of a spin. We're going to cut to footage of that right now. There you go. We had the Space X Falcon 9. Amazing build. 7,607 kilonewtons. I don't even know how to say it, of thrust. And it carries a total of 6 people. Fantastic work. I think it was built by a guy called Elon Musk or something along those lines.
And we're pretty sure it's going to hit the ton.
Which is 88 mile an hour, as we're going to show you a little bit later. Now moving on to stats. How about we rattle off some stats for you guys at home?
We got lots of good stats. We had entries from 58 countries. So hello to all you 58 countries. Hopefully there's someone repping every country out there. 504 cities. 84% of bikes had names.
What do you call your name? Yeah, do you name your bikes?
All mine are called bitch.
All right, let's just, yeah, I've got nothing. I'm all out. I've never named a bike in my life, and I don't plan on start. But to the 84% of you that do name your bike, it makes it a little bit easier to get through it all. The most popular decade, 2010.
2010, that's weird.
23% of bikes entered from 1,000 different entries were from 2010. Absolutely crazy, and the most popular make.
Honda, 28% of entries were from Honda. Then we had Yamaha, 14%, and Harley, 9%.
And an interesting stat, 46 of the bikes, which makes up the majority of the Honda market that we're talking about, are CB750. So obviously a weapon of choice for some of these custom bike builders. And then we go into the countries, USA.
The top country was USA, yeah, 24%, and then UK, 11%.
Australia 11% as well. So UK we're down under, but we're catching up, mate. 60% home builders and 40% were businesses as well. So guys, a little bit of housekeeping. Scott and I are doing this live, so we do have our little iPad machine here. We can see your comments. We will get to them shortly. We will go back and forward. Don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, we've just really started to ramp up our YouTube, so make sure to hit the subscribe button for more content. If you're on a website, thanks for coming. If you're on Facebook, make sure to comment because we're getting those Facebook comments through to here. Hashtag, what's the hashtag for today, Scotty boy?
COVID Custom. So use that if you're commenting.
If you want to interact with us, if you want to share a picture with us, COVID Custom hashtag is the way to go. Now, let's talk about categories.
So we've got bobbers, obviously, choppers, cafe racers was probably the most popular category we got. We got hundreds of bikes in cafe racer.
A huge category. And then we've got modern classic scrambler. And we also added 2 categories. So it's important to remember that we started off this show with 5 categories. And basically people came to us and said, what about art? And we're like, you know what? Fair call. Let's put some art in there. And then people didn't even come up to us with the what the fuck. That was our own idea. And we're proud of that one. And
there was lots of bikes that just didn't fit any category. So we created what the fuck.
Yeah, so we just didn't want to upset too many people. But let's move it right along. We are now going to introduce the judges. We've got some kick-ass judges, and we're super thankful that they've come online. We're going to put that slide up right now so we can see their beautiful faces. We have got Jay Shire, absolute kick-ass bike builder from Boston in the USA. Her business is called Madhouse Motors. She builds some of the most amazing, for me, bobbers that I've ever seen, and we'll figure out if she judges that category a little bit later. We've got Bobby Haas, founder of the Haas Motorcycle Museum. He's just amassed a huge amount of amazing machines. They're all on display in Dallas, and this is the guy that supported so many bike builders that without him here today, there's a lot of bike builders that probably still wouldn't be building these bikes. He's such a supportive dude in the industry. We've got David from Cafe Races of Instagram. I mean, this guy enjoys a party. He is just such an amazing guy, so passionate about these bikes, and he's amassed over 1 million followers on his channels. This is a guy that no matter what I come to him with, if I come to him with an idea, if it's based around cafe races, doesn't question it. He's all there to support. Who else do we have up, Scotty?
We've got Craig Rodsmith, obviously a fellow Aussie in Chicago. He's building amazing bikes all the time. He's got a couple of bikes in the Haas Museum. And yeah, he's just a great bike builder and a funny guy. We've got Charlie Borman. You probably know him from the TV show Long Way Down, Round, Up and Everywhere. Yeah, he's a character and we love him and thanks for being on board. And then we've got Anthony Partridge from Partridge Designs. He's also on a TV show called Goblin Works Garage, and he's a funny bastard.
He is a absolutely funny one, gets completely loose. So we've got some amazing judges, and let's be realistic, most of them we know pretty personally, and it was more of a WhatsApp message to get them on board, but we are thankful that they've joined us, and they were absolutely happy to. But we've also got some fantastic prizes. Excuse me. So we've got the main 5 categories, which are Cafe Racer, Bobber, Modern Classic Chopper, and brought together is Scrambler and Tracker. And each of these category winners gets over $3,000 in prizes, which is, again, like the equivalent of 300 million Australian dollars at the moment. These were the original categories. Just to remind you, before the art and what the fuck categories, those have different prizes. So Scott's going to rattle through some of the amazing prizes that these builders are going to win today.
So we've got so many good prizes, and thanks to all our sponsors for coming on board. We've got $1,000 in Saint gear. That's $1,000 US, which is pretty amazing.
And actually, just sorry to interrupt, Scott, but
right.
They have given us a 20% discount code for anyone that does want to purchase Saint clothing today. It is basically the easiest discount code in the history of the world. It's called Pipeburn.
And then we've got some cash, cold hard cash, $500 US. We've got Bell Helmet on board. Any choice, any helmet you want. Just choose the most expensive if you want, or the coolest, whatever. They're all good. Scram Moto Eyewear glassware. So a pair of those, which are sweet, unbreakable. And Moto Gadget came on board with $200 US. So choose whatever you want there. Lowbrow Customs, $250 voucher as well. It's amazing, US. Beeline Moto Navigation System.
Very cool little system.
Very cool, never get lost. You'll get found. Velamachi backpack, the 35 litre, which is a sweet bag. We all have one. And a quad lock case. They're worth about $100. And what a great list of prizes there.
Yeah, moving on to the arts, we've got a day's prize pack for the winner of the art category. Shirts, stickers, hats, patches, and whatever else we can cram into that bag for you. And the WTF, if you're politically correct, category is sponsored by urbanrider.co.uk, over £300, and that includes a £150 voucher. Now, Scotty, we've done about 4, 5, maybe 6 minutes of talking. I think it's about time that we start talking about some motorbikes.
Let's see some bikes.
Let's get it. Let's play a little game called the randomizer. And here we go. Alrighty. We have got this. It's a Street Fighter artwork from John Banda in Turner Falls, United States. Those wheels are ball bearings, hand-formed sheet metal. The rear suspension is actually made from parts of a piston, and it's about 70 centimetres long, which is a little bit longer than you, Scott.
Just a little bit. I work in inches anyway.
And we've got a Honda CB750 from Steve Young in Torrance. This was a bike that was raced first and then turned into a street bike. Look at that wing. There is so much downforce there that you are never going to do a Mark Webber at Le Mans on this one. And it's got 150 horsepower.
150 horses. Oh my God, that's one of our favourite bikes. Zilla's Garage BMW. How sweet is that?
Those wheels, they're like aircraft turbines, and that's got to be bagged because there's no way he's riding that as it is. Probably going to lose the front wheel, but a beautiful bike, definitely aviation inspired. And we're rolling again. This is going way too quick for us. All right, we've got, I don't even know what this is, but it's a Ural engine, a 750 Ural engine. The engine's in front, the rider sits behind the rear wheel. He calls it the pull back and hope system for the throttle, and we hope that you pull back, and yeah, we hope that you do stay alive next time you're riding it.
That definitely fits in the what the fuck category.
Let's go again.
And we had a few, electric bikes. This was a standout from Hugo, Untold Motorbikes in San Fran. What a crazy bike. It's been everywhere, this bike. I've seen it on a lot of sites.
It's a gorgeous bike, and I mean, it's only fitting, I guess, that we've got some electric bikes entered because, hey, we're not your stereotypical motorcycle cafe racer dudes, and for us, it's pretty cool to have something a little bit different, and to me, that is a modern rendition of a cafe racer, and to be honest, it's my favourite motorbike in the last year that I've seen, so
it's
crazy
amazing
stuff. And we're going to head into the chopper category because it's time that we start announcing some winners. So for us, choppers are, when you think chopper, you think of Easy Rider, you think of those sissy bars that hit the sky, you think of those small peanut tanks, big engines, and stuff that's just really back to basics motorcycling. And we had pretty much 62 entries
62
on this bike. And Scott, do you want to go through, I guess, our first... We picked 5 bikes that we really liked that might not necessarily be the judge's choice, but we just wanted to showcase as many bikes as possible. So Scott, take us through the first one.
So the first one, we've got a 57 Harley Magnum from Seattle, US. Tom Jones from Semi Goods. It's a sweet ride.
Well, it's not unusual that he would use 3 Harley frames to make one. There was a bit of a joke in there. I hope you guys got that at home.
It's running 2 chains. And man, the fabrication work is amazing on this bike. We love it.
All right, let's move it along. Okay, this colourful beast from Layla in Brighton, the UK. Funnily enough, the information that we've got here says that it was a bike, and it still is a bike, but it's had a crash. And the only thing that remains original from that crash was the cradle and headstock, which is basically saying that this is a brand new bike, completely built up at home. Awesome work there.
How good is the
Layla.
front end? That is amazing.
I love it. Absolutely gorgeous with that rake. And on to Scott.
Okay, so we've got a 79 Harley Shovelhead.
Well, actually, we stuffed that one up because it's out of order. That's the first bike that we showed. So how about we move it right along to
There we go. That's from Vince Niagara in the States. Man, what a sick ride.
Yeah, that king and queen seat, the quintessential king and queen of seats. Absolutely love it. That Springer front end and that awesome paint job.
The bitch won't fall off that bike.
Oh, that we shouldn't have said. But we're going to keep on moving. Alrighty. We've got, this is actually a friend of mine, Marcos from Free Custom Cycles in Barcelona, Spain. Frame, all the custom tabs have been designed. This is a hand-built gas tank, hand-built sissy bar. This is all done in-house. These guys build some amazing bikes. And just to upset the purists...
What's it called? What's the name of it?
It is an Evo engine. And the bike is called a Lonely Fucker, which is...
Is that a typo? Or is
Well,
that...
no, it's called the Lonely Fucker with a F-U-K-C-E-R.
Ah, right.
But very fitting with COVID because he probably is lonely. If you are watching this, we're here for you, and that's why we are currently on live stream. And lucky last.
The lucky last, a BSA. This is sick. I love this. Look at the front end on this thing.
Well, that wheel, just looking a little bit
What are
closer,
the wheels?
it's see-through.
Hubs.
So initially it looked like it was highly polished, but it's actually a polycarbonate wheel that's being pushed together by some outer rim. I don't even know how you've done that, but Daniel from Sweden, you've done an amazing job, and it's a BSA motor.
That's sick.
Yeah, no more Harley Davidson choppers here. BSA is here to stay. Now,
All right. Let's get to the judging.
Yeah, let's get to the
All
judging.
right, who's first? Should we get Bobby online?
Let's get Bobby online.
Okay, we're live here at the COVID Custom Show, and we've got Bobby Hass. Welcome, Bobby. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing over there?
We're doing fine. We're doing fine, except, of course, for the pandemic, which has just cut a wide path of destruction in the United States, over 100,000 deaths.
Yeah, that's hardcore. But you're saying safe?
I am staying safe. Thank you very much. We're sheltered in place still. The museum is not open yet, and we won't do so until we feel we can be safe for both our guests and our staff, and that's a little ways away, I think.
Yeah, right.
So for those that don't know, you've got an awesome museum there in Texas. Do you get to sort of sneak in and get your quick fix of motorcycles while everyone else is on lockdown?
I do. Whenever I get lonely from my motorcycles, I go over there and I say hello to them. We sit down and chat, and it's nice and quiet, and I enjoy it greatly.
All right. So for everyone else that doesn't have their own personal museum, we've got the custom COVID bike show. So the category that you got selected for was chopper, and we've been able to send you some amazing choppers from all around the world. Some interesting ones, some typical ones, some that are just out of this world. So how about we have a quick chat about the three you've selected? You can take us through from 3 seconds to first.
Sure. First of all, the category was a fascinating category because it blends the very, very traditional chopper style, 60s, 70s, 80s, all the way up to modern times. And I must tell you right off the bat, I have to compliment all the builders whose bikes I saw. These are extremely talented people who are doing it, I think, for the love of building a motorcycle and not for money or fame or anything like that. So my compliments, my hats off to all these guys and gals. And in terms of my selections, which was virtually impossible, the third place of my selection was the 1977 Harley Davidson FX Head. It's a magnificent motorcycle. I found it to be very elegant, very refined. I like the fact that the fuel tank and the oil tank were part of the frame. The shovelhead engine, I think, is a classic engine. So this is one where there was a blend of the old style from the 70s shovelhead engine with some new features, and I just think it's a magnificent bike. That was my third choice, if you will. I mean, but they're all.
It's a great bike.
It's a great bike. Second one was the Zash Motorcycles Detroit Blade. This is one where, as soon as I saw the image, it surprises you. It's different. It's aggressive. It has the gas tank in the rear. It has the gooseneck girder front. It's just one of those bikes that looks like it could just explode off the road. And I like that. I like the fact that there were so many different features. It has a little bit of the image of a Confederate. And I just like that powerful, aggressive look. And I thought it was just beautifully executed. So that was a great one. And then what I chose as first place, and it's only accidental, is this is a Texas-built bike, is the one by Christian Dodson called Swing Shot. This is just an out of this world bike. It is able to achieve that length that you have with a different rake angle in most choppers, but by doing so with hub-centric steering and without a visible connection to the front wheel. So I think that was spectacular. The other thing I liked about this, I liked how Christian incorporated inspiration from automobiles and automobile parts. So this one was one that I had to blink my eyes a couple of times and say, my God, that is just fabulous. But I really hated to only select 3. I wish I could have selected 43 or 53.
It's very hard.
It's not an easy task, and you know what? We're living in 2020, and you've definitely been able to select some amazing, incredible builds that sort of show that you know what, a bike doesn't need to be from the 60s or 70s to be a chopper. You've really picked some fantastic bikes that are just show so much creativity and just show a different style of motorcycling. So we have to agree with you. 3 amazing choices.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I had some second thoughts that I didn't have as one of the 3, the quote unquote classic chopper style, but the chopper style has morphed. It has changed over time. And I ended up selecting these 3, but of the 20 that I reviewed in detail, I easily could have picked the other 17. They were spectacular builds.
Yeah, some beautiful bikes there.
Congratulations to you guys for holding this event. I think it was a great idea and for a great cause. So congratulations to you guys.
Thank you,
We
mate.
thought it would be a little bit of fun, but we'll catch you a little bit later.
Outstanding. Take care, guys. Cheers.
Thanks, Bobby.
See ya. On that more traditional bike, or if it was. All right, guys. Hey, guys, there's some audio issues, but we're back on now. Scott was just saying left of field choices, and to be fair, I actually didn't know which way he was going to go. I didn't know if he was basically going to go down the traditional path, or if he was going to go down that little different path. Then he definitely chose that.
He chose some left field bikes. Amazing.
Amazing bikes. Guys,
let us know what you think.
Let us
comment.
100%. I mean, we've got the thing here. We're going through it as we sort of go through, and we will pull some up a little bit later. Facebook, Insta, YouTube, just make sure to use the hashtag COVID Custom. But we should also launch a bit of a competition. We've got a Deus prize pack to give away. Again, some cool shirts, hats, and all the rest of it. And it's a tattoo competition. We want to see you make some homemade tattoos. So grab a pen, grab a texter, grab a marker, grab a tattoo gun. We want to see your best custom COVID tattoo, and make sure to hashtag COVID Custom on Instagram, and the best COVID custom tattoo will win a prize at the end of the show. And we've also got what we like to call the bat phone. Actually, that's probably a little bit insensitive, but we've got it right here. The phone number is going to be on screen shortly. Save this number. You can use the permanent marker that you just picked up for your tattoo to save this number. It's +614 56402 595. And a little bit later in the show, the third caller is going to be able to win an additional Deus prize pack.
Call us.
Alrighty, now Scott, you're going to give us a bit of a segue.
All right, so next category, we've got bobbers. This was a tough one. We had 122 entries, I think. And yeah, obviously hardtail, bob seat, shortened fenders, minimal wiring, low bars, the classic bobbers. Who was our judge, Mark?
Well, let's not even get into the judge just yet. Let's just keep them hanging that a little bit longer. So we've got 5 bikes that we chose a little bit earlier, and this one, a fantastic father and son project, actually here from Sydney as well. So the dad built the engine. For some reason, it took him 18 months. Thanks, Dad. But a beautiful, tidy example of a bobber, and this was submitted to us by Paul Berger.
That's super clean.
He spells his name Berger. So I don't know if it's Berger, but I'm feeling a
Berger.
little bit hungry right now.
The hamburgers.
Who's up next, Scott?
We've got another Harley Davidson from Calgary, Canada. This is super clean. Oh my God. It started as a basket case 1960 Harley, Super 10. It's got a girder front end. Oh man, the bike is beautiful.
Kick-ass motorbike, and I think it's one of the craziest sort of bikes that I've seen submitted. It's looks like something that you would put up on your wall. Alrighty, we've got this absolutely crazy XS650. This is by Sylvester from Eastern Spirit Garage in Poland. My grandfather's Polish, so I got you, bro. And I probably just hit the microphone a little bit too hard. Engine's been totally rebuilt. The frame's customized. It's got some handmade clip-ons, tail lights. Everything is handmade. It's an amazing bike and one that has the potential to make it through to being a top 3 winner.
And then we got another Datsun design. This thing is sick. From Christian Datsun in Dallas. Oh my God.
That's the second bike that he's had up, right?
Yeah.
'Cause he was just in the
He had a few bikes
chopper
entered.
category.
That seat looks pretty small. I wouldn't be doing long rides on that thing.
It depends what you enjoy, Scott. But if you have a quick look, the front frame just in front of the engine, that actually is the oil reservoir as well, or an additional oil reservoir. Pretty nifty little touch.
It's beautiful,
Good
beautiful
way to
design.
good way to cool it down is your backside's actually hurting. And we're moving on. We've got what looks like a lowrider bicycle with an engine. Mate, those wheels look like they came straight out of Compton. Fantastic bike. This is built by Hernan Alco from Hidden Custom in Buenos Aires. Awesome bike. Girder front end with that beautiful, those handlebars that match. You've done an amazing job.
Basic.
And thanks for being a part. But you know what? It's time to
Argentina.
pull up a judge. So let's get Jay Shire on the Zoom machine.
All right, we've got Jay Shire from Madhouse Motors in Boston. How you going?
I'm good. It's a nice day here in Boston. How you guys doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
good.
sweet. We're excited to have you. We've always been so impressed with your build. So when you said yes to us asking you the annoying questions of if you can select 3 from 20, we were glad you said yes.
It was a really, really hard decision, to be honest. And thank you guys for asking me to be a judge. I feel really humbled by it, especially with the other judges. But this was definitely a hard competition, to say the least.
Yeah, there were a lot of bikes. We had, how many, Scott? Maybe
1,000.
1,000 motorbikes. We should know that off by heart because it's in all the projections. But yeah, over 1,000. So how about you take us through your top 3?
All right. Again, this is a really, really hard choice. And they all were different and very unique. My third place for the bobber category is a 1949 Triumph Speed Twin. It's actually from Australia. A beautiful bike, very elegant, and it was kind of a collaborative build between a son and his dad, but also a bunch of other builders and painters and pinstripers, and just a very, very gorgeous, well done, classy bike. Very, very tasteful. My second bike that was just stunning, to say the least, is a 1980 Yamaha XS650 from Poland. There wasn't a huge amount of information about the bike, but it kind of spoke for itself. Very sexy, very well thought out, and looks like a bike that anyone would be really happy to have in the garage. It's kind of a head turner and has a lot of attitude to it, which I thought was it was very, very well done. You could tell that it was thought out from beginning to end. And in my first place, to the other side of the world from me, this bike caught my eye for a handful of reasons. Goes to J&D Customs in India, a absolutely gorgeous, well done bike, but the backstory to it really, really caught my eye and caught my attention. This guy built the bike without a frame jig. He only used the jig for the neck. He basically did everything by hand, put a lot of heart into it, and left everything exposed, which I really relate to with this very honest craftsmanship. He wanted all of his welds to be seen, and not cover anything up, which he stated a couple times in his writing about the bike. some kind of counterintuitive lines to it. And I was attracted to not only how it looked, but also his backstory and how honest he was with his bike. And he takes the first place for me, hands down. And congratulations to him and to whoever he worked with, or the architect that he collaborated with. It was a very, very well done bike.
Amazing. Great choices.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your 3 choices. And mate, stay safe, and we'll catch you on the other side of this.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Some great choices.
What an absolute legend, Jay Shire. Sorry, we've got a little bit mixed up there. But what did you think? I mean, there was 3 great choices.
Some great bikes and great stories behind the bikes, especially the Indian Royal Enfield. Oh my God, that's awesome.
And they're taking home that amazing prizes. And I mean, I'm not trying to be rude here, but $500 could help anyone through these COVID times, but it's probably especially going to help them that little bit more. So congratulations, guys. Scott, what's up next? I'm a bit excited.
Oh man, we've got a little video we created. It's called How to Be a Cafe Racer. It's a bit of fun, and yeah, let's play it.
Let's do it. Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Scott.
And we're just 2 normal guys, but we know how to transition from being normal guys to super beings. But by super beings, we mean cafe racers.
We've formulated a 3-step process to becoming a cafe racer. Kinda totally wrong. Step 1. Get changed, broski.
If you want to be the best, you need to dress the best. That means flannelette.
Fucking tight.
Beanie. Fedora.
Recycled jeans.
High socks, rolled jeans.
Boots.
Done? Step 1, coffee.
Ristretto,
Long black,
Piccolo,
macchiato,
flat white,
espresso.
cappuccino.
I asked for a semi-milk oat flat white long black espresso. Hey Scott,
Yo,
when in doubt,
pinky's out. Step 3. It's all about the fancy motorbike.
formerly cafe racers were known for being stripped back and all about increasing speed. It was all about hitting the ton. But what's the ton? It's 88 mile per hour. Now follow us as we take you through our incremental step on how to make your bike a cafe racer. First things first, it's all about the tape, the right tape. Bare masking tape? Nope. Bare gaffer tape? Too big. It's all about the Nido, all about street cred. Let's choose this one.
Don't forget, you need tools. Remember, measure once, cut twice.
Make sure you always start from the top left to the bottom right. And then the top right to the bottom left. That was like super tough work.
Totally. But look at it, we've turned a sports bike into a cafe racer, bro.
Let's go for a ride. Alrighty, a little bit of fun. We filmed that yesterday, and to be honest, we were watching it pissing ourselves laughing. This show isn't to be taken seriously. This isn't a professional fit out, although it looks like it is. We basically just learnt how to live stream. We decided to go live. We were like, all right, we'll just use our mobile phones. And then fortunately, I've got a twin brother that's in production, and we tried to step it up a notch. So we hope you enjoyed that video. Stick around.
Bit of fun.
Yeah, if we get another COVID, we'll try and go down from the path of cafe racer hipster to chopper fuckboy. So Scott, what's up next?
So it's a good segue into the cafe racer category. Hopefully the bikes are better than what we created yesterday with a bit of tape. We had 304 cafe racers. Here's a couple of them.
73 of them were from the US, but yeah, we will go to the first one. It is a 1984 Kijima 650 Alizura Panta Ducati, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same motorcycle. This is from Darren Millichamp, DNA Motorcycles in Sydney. That body piece there is a one-piece hinged setup, including the tank. So it literally lifts up and down. Front fairing custom made. Decked out in Motor Gadget, which is great for them because they've helped us provide this. So we'll try and give them as much of a push as possible. And it's got flat slide racing carbies in case it ever leaves the house.
This is one of my favourite bikes out there from Germany, guys in Berlin, Motor Crew Cafe Racer. How sick is that? I'm pretty sure they're not Firestone tyres. They've got a big logo Pirelli on them, which is pretty sweet. Yamaha R1 suspension, that's sick. And
That was awesome.
Motor Gadget, of course.
That bike is basically the guy's version of what a Honda CBX 750 would look like if it was made today.
Yeah.
Now, I've been gifted with this next bike, the 1996 Moto Guzzi that looks like it's from the 70s. This is from Portugal, Vitor Rocha from Ram Machines. It even says that he was inspired by the bikes of the 1970s. I absolutely love that stainless steel exhaust setup, and that looks like it's a fuel tank off a Ducati. Awesome bike, mate. Really appreciate you sending it in.
Beautiful. And then we've got the Bully from Indo, our mates in Bali, from AMS Garage. How sick is this thing? The bodywork is amazing. Hand brushed, clear coating, all aluminium bodywork, monoshock, single swing arm. Oh man, how good's that?
It basically really takes me to back when I was in the 80s and there was Sigourney Weaver and Aliens. Awesome bike. Up next, we've got the 2015 BMW GSR90 S Daytona. That's the one there, video guy. Thanks, mate. Peppo.
He's built a lot of good bikes, this guy.
His business is called XTR Peppo, so all I've got here is a substantial list of XTR parts, but he's based in Madrid, Spain. Massively appreciate you entering it. It's, it is a BMW with a shitload of Ducati parts. It's basically a Ducati Beamer, and
well, he's known for his Ducatis, so BMW.
He just thought, you know what, if they were to make a baby, this is what it's going to look like.
All right, should we get into the prizes?
Let's do it.
Let's get David.
Let's get the judges on board first. Let's get David from Cafe Races of Instagram online now.
He knows his cafe races, that's for sure.
I hope so. All right, and now we've got David from Kroig, or if you don't like acronyms, Cafe Races of Instagram, over there in Minnesota. And how fitting.
What category?
You get the Cafe Racer category. How's everything going over there?
Well, things are going well, all things considered. It is a little bit crazy. As some of you may know, there's riots in the streets, buildings getting burnt down. But here we are. We're still doing the judging and doing well, all things considered. So
that's full on.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. We've seen it all across the news, well, everywhere. And great to hear that there's finally been a conviction. So obviously a step down the right path, but very unfortunate. And how's everything going with the COVID situation there as well?
The COVID situation hasn't been too bad. Minnesota, out of all the other states, has done pretty well. So just a lot of time indoors, and then the weather is starting to get nice. So hoping to get out on the motorcycle more and enjoy the good weather. But COVID, I mean, we're not at the end of it, but it's all things considered with that, I'm doing well. So
Awesome. So you probably got the toughest category, the most bikes in the Cafe Racer
Yeah.
segment. Yeah, it was crazy. We had like how many hundreds of Cafe Racers. So give us your top three, mate. This was a hard one.
The third place went to, or is going to, Zillers with the Vincent, just because of the amount of detail and intricate work involved with that bike, especially the wheels with the brakes inside. Mind-blowing to me. So I was a huge fan of that. And then the second one would be XTR Peppo's 1978 BMW R100 RS. I've been a fan of Radical for a while, and so seeing him move on to different bikes and taking an old 78, R100, giving it his own touch, which there's just so many different elements to it, from the bodywork to the wooden seat. There's just so many details with this bike that I was really attracted to. And then finally we have the first place, which this was hard for me because there are two builds from this guy. There's the Pitbull, which is a 1980 CB 650, and then the Bully, which is a Kawasaki ER6N from AMS Garage. Now the Bully is more cafe racer, but then you have the Pitbull, which has more work done to it, from girder front end to hardtail, but you wouldn't quite consider that a cafe racer. But I figured it was fair to give him first place because both are really, really impressive builds. The bodywork speaking out.
So you're sharing two bikes into first place by the same builder.
All right.
That's
So
awesome. That's awesome.
Should I just?
Yeah, the controversial, but hey, at least we know that the prize is going to the person that would have come tied first.
Okay, so re-explain that, saying to decide between the two. Or no, not even that. How should I do this?
It's fine.
That is fine.
Which one comes? Don't even worry. Just bear. Hey, the guy that's winning the prize is winning the prize. So
we'll just give him half the prizes twice.
So let's just call it a draw.
That's true too.
Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable calling both bikes a draw? Because you know what, as long as we're gonna have to send the one prize.
Hey, that's a good way to
on
put
shipping.
It. Yeah.
All right. So we have our first draw. Hey, Craig. I just called you Craig.
What?
Troy, David, thanks so much for your time, man. We hope everything sort of settles down there. We know it's pretty crazy, but again, thanks for stepping up and joining us, man. We absolutely love you, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Yes.
Some amazing bikes there. What do you think?
I agree with all these choices. I mean, he made it a little bit easier by having 4 in the top 3. That third bike, I'm just going to go back to it. What a spin out. The actual brakes inside the wheels. Can you imagine the nightmare that would happen if you were stuck on the side of the road? Not that you would on a bike like that. And you just thought, oh, you know what? I'm just going to go past the local shop and just get some spare parts. Good luck. But
beautiful bikes.
Beautiful bikes. And again, congratulations to everyone that entered, but congratulations even more so to those people that actually had David choose them. So we're going to go into sharing some of the amazing prizes, and obviously this next section isn't live recorded, but we will say it is, so you just don't know.
Something we prepared earlier.
A huge big up to Saint. These guys are providing over $1,000 US worth of gear to all of our 5 main category winners. And mate, we're just talking some of the best products that we've ever used while riding.
Hell yeah. Are they unbreakable St. James?
Of course they're unbreakable. They're Saint.
You sure?
Unbreakable.
Let's see. Scram Motorwear. Protective moto glasses.
At night they're clear. During the day they're dark. Did we mention they're shatterproof? Hey Scott, how good are these helmets?
What? I can't hear you, bro. Give me a bell.
All right. Yo, yeah, Bell Helmets are giving away a helmet of any choice to the person that comes first in their 5 main categories.
Are you saying any helmet?
Any helmet at all.
That's freaking crazy.
Awesome
dude.
prize. See you, bro.
That's nuts.
Moto Gadget. These things here, they look like mirrors, and they are mirrors, but they're actually not made out of glass. It's highly polished stainless steel, which means that they're the last mirrors you're ever going to need to put on your motorbike.
And Motor Gadget make some of the best indicators. These are the best bar-end indicators you can buy, man. Sweet as.
And Lowbrow Customs come on board with $250 for each of our main categories. All 5 of them, legends. So many good prizes. Don't forget to hit us up. Comment on Facebook, YouTube, whatever. We're seeing all these comments.
We'll go through some now. A big shout out to Moto Social, Moto Lady, and Jimmy Swan. You guys are commenting so much that you're about to break the fucking
Thank
internet.
you.
So let's just go through a quick scroll and let's just see how much inappropriate stuff has been posted.
There's a comment about taking our shirts off. You don't want to see that, trust me.
We took our pants off and we're not wearing pants at the moment, so we thought that's enough. We had a comment here that says that's not a fucking chopper. Cool, mate. The beautiful thing about motorcycles is people get to choose and pick what their edition of chopper is, whether or not it's old school or new school. One guy said that I wish that they could have shown the 17 other contenders in the chopper category.
Maybe check out the site, pipeburn.com. You can see all the bikes that are submitted.
Yeah, we'll put them up. We'll put them up on online later as well. We'll upload them. But can you imagine how boring this show would be if we went through literally 20
Every bike.
bikes, every single bike? You'd be stuck with us for probably 4 hours. And you know what?
You don't want that.
You might want that. We just don't know. But let's start moving it along. We're going to go into the modern classic category. Not that many entries in this one, 66 of them. To us, this category is all about modern iterations of classic motorcycles, modern technology, but really about throwing back to those classic lines of motorcycles. And first up, out of our sort of little selection of motorbikes, we're going to go to the 2008 Triumph Speed Triple. Not typically a bike that you would see as a cafe racer. And there might be people in comments that say, that is not a cafe racer. We just don't care. This is built by Jean-Francois from France. If you didn't already know by his name, it was built for the Bike Shed show, but he unfortunately crashed it and broke his arm before the show and didn't get to fix it in time.
What a beautiful bike.
Beautiful bike, and we're going to move it along to...
Then we've got a Triumph Speed Triple.
Another Speed Triple.
Dark Speed from Harley in Sydney. Shout out to Harley at RB Racing. How are you, mate? Yeah, beautiful bike. Custom made seat, subframe, BMW forks and brakes, Harley Davidson V headlight, and obviously the Motor Gadget stuff.
Yeah, throw the sponsor's name there a little bit more. Motor Gadget.
Motor Gadget, Motor
We've got a
Gadget.
2018 BMW Motor Gadget. No, I'm joking. It's an R100 RS. Again, I know I spoke about the electric bike a little bit earlier, and it is one of my favorite electric bikes ever, and one of my favorite bikes, but this thing, what an amazing bike. This is built, again, by Pepo in Spain. Amazing, all hand-built, aluminium with a plexiglass windshield. It's got, funnily enough, Motor Gadget odometer. Who would have thought? And all the parts on it are pretty much from his brand, which is XTR. I know it sounds like a shout out. I guess it is in some way. I don't know you, Peppo, but that bike is absolutely amazing.
Is he sponsoring this thing or what?
I don't know. He can give us as much money as he wants. We will take it.
All right, then we've got Ducati Monster. This thing is beautiful from Hong Kong. One of the only Hong Kong entries, but What an amazing bike from Angry Lane. What an awesome name as well.
It's not every day that you really see custom motorcycles from Hong Kong. It seems to be over the last few years, a bit more of a trend is coming in, and they're catching on to this custom scene. And mate, congratulations! It's an amazing bike.
It's a beautiful bike. All right, what are we doing now?
Oh wow, this is like the 400th time we've shown this bike. Maybe they should sponsor this category. It's the BMW R19 Zilla. Absolutely crazy. Again, those front wheels from looks like a turbine. It is inspired by Aero, and it's a gorgeous bike. Dima from Russia. Amazing work.
Beautiful.
But you know what? It's time to bring up another Aussie boy, right?
Let's do it.
Yep. Let's get Craig Rodsmith online, on Zoom, on whatever you want to call it. All right, we're now crossing over to Chicago, where we've got Aussie boy Craig Rodsmith, one of the most insane fucking builders I've ever seen and probably ever met. Craig, how are you, man? How's everything going with COVID down there?
Pretty good, mate. Not too bad. I haven't got the virus yet. But you referred to me as one of the most insane builders. Does that mean that I build insanely good bikes, or I'm just insane?
No, you're just insane.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So, well, thanks for asking me to be a judge. I'm a pretty judgmental person, so I should be good at this.
So the category that you were given was modern classic. So obviously newer renditions of classic bikes. Talk to us a bit about it. How did you go making your decisions, and then take us through your top three?
Well, I think one of the most important things that I looked at, I think, is design. So I looked at everything, and I took into account that the category is modern classic. It was tough. I stayed awake all night last night trying to figure this out. And it's like, I didn't want to offend anyone. And it's like, I'm just going to just go with my gut instinct. So all the bikes that I saw were fantastic. I can't believe how much effort these guys, I thought it was only me that put that much effort into building motorcycles. Yeah, I'm the second best motorcycle builder in the world. Second best. I'm first. Anyway, what's
Okay, so what are your top three, mate?
my top three? I only chose one. No, my top three. Anyway, I'll give you my third choice. My third choice first is the 84 Kagiva 650 by DNA Customs, Darren Millerchamp. I just like it. I've got a soft spot for those old, basically, let's face it, it's a Ducati Panther. But a Kagiva sounds fancier. But it's basically the same. But I've got a soft spot for those things. You got a soft spot in my head. It was a motorcycle accident, actually. No, it was, I just like the design. It's just, it epitomizes classic. I mean, it just says classic lines, well executed. I loved it. I thought it was great. So I give him number 3.
Good choice.
Thank
okay,
you.
number 2.
Number 2. You said number 2. Okay, number 2. This is a hard thing. It's like between 1 and 2, it's like that. It was really hard because it was 2 that just stuck out when I looked at all of them, and I just didn't know which one to choose. So I tossed a coin. No, I didn't. I just, weighed a few things up. So number 2 is Zilla's Custom Garage out of Moscow. His R9T. That thing is just really cool. It's like, crazy. I like it. It's and it's unique. It's unusual. Which is, I like unique, apparently.
You definitely do. It is definitely a very unique choice, and we absolutely love that bike as well. But let's get into it. We've got 45 seconds left with you. Number 1.
Number 1 is someone whose work I'm a big fan of anyway, is Pepo from Madrid, Spain. Extra Pepo. And ironically, I'm not a big BMW fan. I'm indifferent. And so it's ironic that my top 2 happen to be BMWs. But yeah, his R100 GS is just the way he executed the lines. Yeah, I love it. It's great. It's a BMW that I might even ride. I just
Mate,
wouldn't want anyone.
I would love to have it here in the warehouse, mate. It's a fantastic bike, and all three choices are awesome. And Craig, we've got to say thanks so much for being a part of this. It's been fun for us, and we hope it's been fun for you as well.
No worries. Well, thanks again for asking me, and I'll see you guys soon, I hope.
Alrighty, some awesome bikes, and all three of those I'm pretty sure just featured in the 5 that we shared literally just before. So Scott, we absolutely nailed the choices on that one.
We love those selection. What a great choice, Craig. Well done, mate.
All right, and we've also, you know what? Let's take this phone call, guys.
Who's calling?
Let's take a phone call. So let's get the number up on screen. The third caller is going to win a prize. So let's see if we can get some phone calls happening this morning. We hope we can get some phone calls, or else this is going to be
awkward. Yeah.
Really awkward. We're just going to have to look at each other in the eyes lovingly.
And no reverse charges. We're not taking. You're paying for the call.
Yeah, it's not $5 a minute. Just keep looking at me lovingly, Scott. And if we don't get a phone call in like the next few moments, then we're just going to completely wrap this segment. And tomorrow you'll be able to see us wearing some Deus motorcycle gear online. All right, the number to call is +6 145 6 402. All right, this is the first phone call. Let's swipe up to answer. Let me figure out how to put you on speaker. And can you hear us? Oh, I haven't even answered. Swipe up. All righty, can you hear us? Yeah, hello. You're the first call. Sorry, bro. Swipe up. Hello, can you hear us?
Who's that?
Okay, Jimmy, we don't like you. You're the second caller. We've got another phone call coming through. I'm going to hang up on this other person. All right, now, I just hanged up on a couple calls. All right, this is the winner. All right. All righty, what is your name? Wait, let me put you on speakerphone and put you right up to my chest with my microphone. What is your name?
My name's Ali.
Ali! If I start singing Alibaba, is it really awkward? Alibaba.
Ali, Ali, Ali.
Alibaba. All right,
where are you from?
Tunisia.
Oh, man, that's awesome. So how much is this
Tunisia.
phone call costing you?
I'm calling from Australia. I live here.
Oh, that's
sweet.
a little bit awkward, man.
No, that's all right. I moved here a year ago, so.
Awesome, man. Well, you've won the prize. So what we'll do is I'm going to pass you on to Mikey just so he can get your details for the prize. Everyone else, stop calling. All I can do is hear this phone beeping. All right, guys. He takes home a Deus prize bag. I honestly thought that was going to completely fail just then.
It pretty much did.
It pretty much did. Anthony, could you actually hear him through the speakerphone? Okay, so his name was Ali from Tunisia.
That's crazy.
I think we should do some more motorcycles.
Let's do it. What have we got next? Okay, we've got the Scrambler Tracker category. This was another big one. We had 229 entries. That's a lot of entries. Scrambler's the best, baby. And we have a great judge who's going to take us through them. Just talk about just a few of them. We've got the Harley Davidson Sportster, which makes an awesome scrambler. That's been shot in the bike shed in London. Let's big shout out to the guys at
Awesome bike. That's by Jordan Warren. Apparently here the notes are loud and obnoxious. Pretty much like me.
Exactly.
And stripped to bare bones. Pretty much like Scott. Alrighty, up next.
Alright, what do we got?
Another Hugo motorcycle from Untitled. San Fran, baby.
The Fat Tracker.
Of good coffee. Hand fabricated, integrated fuel pump. It is a beautiful bike, and you know what? It looks like it's ready to attack, and I don't know, it doesn't say Firestone on the tyres, but this time around it says
Fat Tracker.
basically like me every time I jump on one of those motorbikes. What's up next, Scott?
We've got a Royal Enfield Himalayan. I've never seen a Himalayan look so good.
Let's see if we can get that bike up on screen.
So
And we're having some audio issues. Just to those that don't think that this is actually live, you now know that it is. And this is the point where Scott and I awkwardly...
So that is not a Himalayan.
This is the point where Scott and I awkwardly look back into each other's eyes.
That's a Himalayan. Oh.
That's a dude that looks like he's from the Himalayas. All right, guys, just give us a few moments and we'll continue on.
Let's go straight into this.
Okay.
Let's go to our hosts.
You know what?
Let's go to the winners, hey?
Let's go
Let's
to the
get
win. All right, we've got Charlie Borman from Long Way Down, up, round, left, right, centre, our good friend. We're stoked to have you here. Charlie, talk to us about some scramblers and trackers.
Oh, guys. Well, listen, first of all, brilliant. Well done for what you guys have done. Just superb. The bikes were amazing. It was actually harder than I thought to choose. So I kind of chose the bikes that, you know, spoke to me and gave me emotion, you know, and had a little tear with some of them. So, no, but it was great. I mean, I tell you, everyone's done a really good job. And it's just so lovely to see so many bikes from all over the world out there. It's lovely.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of people that were super bored with the COVID happening that really we had so many submissions, and I think your category had a couple hundred, so a tricky one for you.
Yeah, it was a big category.
But let's get the top three.
It was. Yeah, okay, well, my top three, but number three was the 1971 Honda CB450, and it, I just love the whole look of it, that kind of ratty look, the exhaust, the seats. I'm really into that kind of style for some reason at the moment, and I loved it. I think they did a beautiful job. So well done.
Awesome. And number two?
Number two is, well, number two I immediately loved. I just love the whole idea of just making this kind of ratty Dakar bike, and it reminded me. I did the Dakar Rally in 2006 on a BMW, not the Boxer engine, but. And it has great memories and really bad memories for me as well, because I smashed my hands to pieces on that one, but and only managed 5 days out of 16. But this bike was lovely, and I love the fact he's so enthusiastic about it. It's got the big tanks, it's got the Dakar screen and the navigation system. It looks awesome. It really does, just awesome. So well done to him.
And out of curiosity, Charlie, was it your left or your right hand, and how much did it affect you?
It's a very personal question. It was actually both hands. I smashed both hands.
My apologies.
It was quite funny when the doctor saw me. I'd ridden for I think I rode 400 kilometers with two broken hands, and I thought the doctors could fix me up, because, you know, I spent a year and a half trying to do the Dakar Rally. Anyway, he looked at them and he said, he said, my God, he said, Charlie, he was a French guy, he said, Charlie, he said, your Dakar is over. He said, no, Lenny, can you not ride a motorbike? I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to wipe your own ass. And he was wrong. I could get a little
we're
baby
glad
wipe
to
around
hear
this
he
finger
was wrong.
and reach around. It was fine. So anyway,
All right.
that's
Speaking of that finger, let's go to your number one.
Number one. Okay, now number one is this 1980 Yamaha SX650, and it's like a special tracker. What he's done is he's kind of stretched it and lowered it, and I just love that. And while we've been in lockdown, all I've been thinking about is getting on a bike and just cruising in the sunshine. And we've had such amazing weather here in London, and we've finally been allowed to get out and ride. And I just kept looking at this, and I just kept dreaming of riding that bike just off into the sunset, down to the beach to get a pack of fish and chips. So that's why I chose that bike. It kind of sung to me.
Fantastic.
So well done. It is a beautiful
awesome
bike.
choices.
Great build.
And I love the fact, I love the fact that he said it's a work in progress, and he said it's never going to finish and he's never going to sell it. So I love that.
That's cool.
That's amazing. Great three choices, mate. Thank you.
Oh, listen, my pleasure. Well, listen, thank you guys for giving me something to do during lockdown. So remember, always wash your hands after you've had and be good.
See you, Charlie.
See you guys.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you. So I hope you caught all that. We had a few audio issues. I think it was the 5G that probably caused the coronavirus that's been affecting us.
So just before we went to Charlie, we actually got we actually had a phone call, 3 phone calls, and I think the phone interacting with my microphone is what stuffed it up. So the winner was Sam. If you saw us parading around and singing, it was Sam from Tunisia, but he's actually from Sydney.
Sam.
Ali. Sorry, I've got a mate called Sam Ali, so that must have been who I was referencing. So it was Ali from originally Tunisia here in Sydney. But you know what? Some amazing bikes, and Charlie is so across that whole scrambler and adventure lifestyle with the TV show with Ewan McGregor. They're also doing a show around electric bikes, which I don't know if that's common knowledge. It should be. You should all know this if you're in the motorcycle industry, and we're excited to see that too. But what are your thoughts, Scott? I mean,
I loved his selection. That all 3 were amazing.
I actually really like the all sort of aluminium BMW Dakar version from Gregor in Portland.
Yeah,
what a
amazing.
rad bike.
I actually saw that at the One show. Oh, we were there.
Was it the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next up, let's go to the second half of some of these amazing prizes. Stick around. Scott, I found the way to your heart. Will you marry me?
Hell yeah. Beeline navigation.
Waterproof and shockproof navigation while riding.
You can find anything, even a big hairy biker like this.
Arab. Very Arab like this.
Velomarki backpacks, the best moto backpack in the business. Technical, rugged, waterproof. Technical stuff. It's cool.
I've used this quad lock setup while riding in Australia and through the Himalayas. Perfect way to secure your phone to your motorcycle. And the WTF category winner gets a
$150 gift voucher from urbanrider.co.uk.
It's actually £150.
Oh, even bloody better.
And they get to win all this stuff around it as well. And the winner of the art category gets a $200 prize pack from the guys at Deus.
Smells fresh.
Looks fresh too.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's get stuck into it. We've got one of our last categories. We've got 2 more. So artwork. And who better to choose artwork than our resident artist, Mark Hauer.
I'm basically an art connoisseur, so let me just compile. It's all good. I was just about to say, let me compile my thoughts, Anthony, twin brother. We had 125 entries, so let's just run a 7-second sting while I make my final. Alrighty, that was like a 15-second sting. So in third place, again, thanks to all the artists who actually submitted, we had a hell of a lot of entries. But third place for me was more of a digital artwork, and it was a modified Himalayan by Wardhana from Bogor in Indonesia. Again, I hope I pronounce it correct. I'm bad with this stuff. It's obviously been lowered and stretched because that is not what a Himalayan usually looks like. And that looks like it's never going to actually go to the Himalayas.
Go off-road.
Awesome 3D artwork. Really appreciate you submitting it. Moving on to second.
Okay, number 2.
This for me was just absolutely kick-ass. It was all done on computer again, Procreate and Illustrator. This is from Pranko in Can someone help me pronounce that? Say it again? Dehradun in India. Awesome little piece based around a comic illustration. Thank you again for submitting it.
First place. What do we got?
First place, it's a bright and sunny afternoon at the Mallee Mile. Now, on screen, this may look like it's a black and white photo, but this is actually hand-drawn by Lou Sprocket. What a fantastic last name, by the way, in Wimborne in the UK. And he has used a HB and a 2B pencil to make it happen. And mate, congratulations on winning first prize. Again, you don't get the $3,000 prize, but you do get a fantastic pack by the guys at Deus Custom Motorcycles.
Gotta love a HB pencil, hey?
And you gotta love the HB's pencils. We might throw some more your way. But you know what? We're up to our final category, aren't we? And Scott, who better to introduce it than
Oh my
you?
God. Is it me? What the fuck?
105 entries in the what the fuck category.
So pretty much any bike that we didn't know what category it fit, we put it in what the fuck.
Yeah, and some of them weren't even bikes.
Yeah, got
I think
everything.
we had a chainsaw that was turned into a bike, which was cool. But anyways, let's go through a few of them now.
Okay, so what do we got? This is one of my favorite what the fucks. The Dragstar BMW. How cool is that? K75.
K75, man, absolutely wild. It looks like it's
crazy.
It looks
The
like it's meant
sports
to
are
be.
filthy.
It looks like it's meant to be on a mining place. It looks like it's
Yeah.
What are those big trucks called? A Caterpillar.
Caterpillar bike, yeah. On a mining.
All right, the next one. I mean, again, you can't even call this a bike, but it is
A trike.
Van trike, not just a normal trike, Scott. It is from Lee Perry in the UK, and he's built this whole thing from scratch, including using steel tubing and sheet metal.
That is sick.
It's a chopper slash trike, but hey, you know what? It might not be a typical chopper, but
Could
we
live
don't
in
do
that.
typical choppers here at Pipeburn. Up next.
What do we got? The Holy Moly. Why is it called the Holy Moly, you reckon?
Oh, because it's got lots of holes. Actually, if you look a little bit closer, in the actual tank, those are holes in the tank. So
Yeah.
that's probably...
Hubless wheels, yeah?
I was going to say it's a good place to store any beers that you may need to drink while not riding, while being at a custom COVID motorcycle show. That was built by Richard in the Philippines. Thanks
That's
for
crazy.
submitting it. What's up next, Scotty?
Okay. Oh, this thing is nuts. We actually featured this a while back on Pipeburn for ice racing. It's a Ducati Hypermotard, which is nuts. 3 wheels. Crazy.
It looks ready to attack. Built by
Ice
Vitaly
bikes.
in St. Petersburg, Russia. Awesome bike. Probably a really good way to enhance a motorbike that's actually really quite performance-based. So
Definitely fits the what the fuck category.
We're moving on to the old wing. This is built by Kevin Sand in River Course. This is definitely very fitting of the WTF category. It's a gold wing frame with a 13-inch frame extension. You can see that
The
gold
old wing.
engine.
I reckon you could
right
probably
there.
lower it a little bit more though.
Yeah, I think if you lower it any more from Canada, you'll probably end up in Australia. But you know what, Scott?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's get Anthony Partridge on. Okay, we're going live to our favorite category, what the fuck. And who better to fucking judge that one? Anthony
fuck?
fucking Partridge. Exactly.
It's so hard to go through the WTF category without saying the F word, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've
So,
already
Anthony,
been in trouble for saying that.
Give us a quick rundown of how many times you've caught COVID in the last 12 weeks.
I tend to get COVID once a week. Get it on Monday and it's gone by Friday. Usually, that's my kind of routine. And I pass it along, give it to all my neighbors, and then we move on. We all enjoy it, and share it. It's community. You know what I mean? It's all about community. This whole thing. So, yeah, it's good.
Well, talking about community and talking about motorbikes, how about you hit us with the 3 COVID custom favorites of your what the fuck category?
Okay, so this category, by the way, what the fuck, has made many other judges very jealous, and because secretly everybody wanted this category because there's some rad bikes in here, and I'm honored to judge the what the fucks. So right in with number 3. This thing made me say, "What the fuck?" Because I was like, "What the fuck? Did Rod Smith enter a bike in his own contest?" I'm like, "You can't do that, you sneaky little Australian bastard." But then a closer look, it wasn't his bike. I was like, "Hold on a minute, that's not his." But it's like an homage to his bike. It was a 2018 Honda Wave 110. And the bodywork on it is phenomenal. Like, I mean, but it's an homage or a replica of Rod Smith's bike, and so yeah, it definitely made me go, "What the fuck?" And as pristine and much work as went into it, I couldn't give it number 1 because it is a replica and it's kind of, it's already been done. But hats off, because the metalwork is phenomenal.
Yeah, cool.
Number 2, we've got a bike that made me say, "What the fuck? I want to ride that, and I actually want to race that." I'm building a drag bike at the moment, and I want to meet that thing either at Glemsec or somewhere in Europe, and I'm sure I'm going to see that bike soon, and I definitely want to race it. It's a 1985/2015 BMW K75 Drag Star. Well, it's not a Drag Star because that's a name of an actual bike, but they call it the Drag Star. And it's just a mashup. Like, it's got a Harley Sportster tank. It's got a handmade frame, and then it's taken I can't remember what you call it, the unilever or the paralever, the BMW front end. It's like a mashup, and then it's got Ducati wheels on it, and it's just knobbly tires. I'm like, yeah, it's just rad and gnarly. So that just made me say, "What the fuck?" I love it. And then my number 1, "What the fuck?" And by the way, this category, "What the fuck," was very tough to judge because I didn't know how to judge it. You've got, do you judge it on actual "what the fuck"? Like, what the fuck is that? Because there's some, like, there were some bikes that were just like, scaffolding poles with engines and a couple bicycle tires, and that actually made you say, "What the fuck?" Does that win, or does like something quality actually win? Because there was a lot of "what the fuck" in there.
So we're going to give this a really big drum roll, because this could be the most prestigious award ever handed out. Scotty?
Oh, that's amazing. What's number 1, bro?
Number 1 is a 1981 Honda / Yamaha IT 490 and a CB 750. So it's a 2-stroke bagger, and I was just like, I looked at it and I said, "What the fuck? Why didn't I think of that?" You know what I mean? I'm like, I love it. Like, why hasn't nobody else thought of a 2-stroke bagger? Maybe they have. I just haven't seen it. But this is the first one I've actually seen and looked at, and I thought, that's fucking rad. Like, it's a CB 750 frame. It's got a IT 490 2-stroke Yamaha engine. And then the handmade bags and tank, and it's got like some kind of like Frisco kind of style bars on it. And I'm just like, that's rad, man. 2-stroke bagger. What the fuck? Awesome.
Such a cool idea.
Number 1.
And that's a solid 3. The actual winner built that bike for the Deus Bike Build-Off, actually here in Sydney. So, yeah, Australia's been getting a lot of love.
I want to ride it.
We're going to rock and roll. And we just want to say, Scott and I just want to say thanks so much for judging, mate. We hope that you guys stay safe and healthy over there, and we'll catch you on the other side of COVID.
Cool, man.
Thanks, man.
Can't wait to see you guys.
Take care.
See ya.
Love you, bro.
See you, boys.
How about that? 2-stroke bagger. What the fuck?
What the fuck? And the dragster made it in. And you know what? That was so funny when he was talking about the Rod Smith, because when that bike came through, I was sitting there going, why is a judge submitting a motorcycle when he's the actual judge? It's nearly as bad as when I submitted my motorbikes knowing that I can't win anyway.
Cheeky fucking Aussie.
But good selection. Guys, that does wrap up the categories. We do want to say, we had some amazing bikes, and we're going to do our best to show as many of them as possible on the Facebook. They are all up on the actual website, pipeburn.com. So get on there, check it out. We had so much fun. Unfortunately, we didn't have anyone accept the challenge for our custom COVID tattoo. However,
Yeah.
one person that did use the tag put up this fantastic drawing of two total kick-ass, really handsome young men, one ethnic, one really white and Australian, with a little bit of ginger hair. So we thought, you know what, how could we not let that win the prize? So it's not a tattoo, but
we've never looked better.
we've never looked better, and you're going to win yourself a Deus prize pack, including all those shirts, hats, and all the rest of it.
Well done, man.
But moving
Thank you.
along, we've got to thank these amazing judges. Again, we had Jay Shea as the bobber judge, Bobby Hass on choppers,
Dave.
from Cafe Racers of Instagram, fittingly judged Cafe Racers. Modern Classics, Craig Rodsmith, Scrambler and Tracker was our boy Charlie. And that last category, Anthony from
What the fuck, Partridge?
Works. What the fuck. Massive thanks to all of our sponsors. We're just going to rattle through this. Saint, Bell, Scram Moto Eyewear, Moto Gadget, Low Brow Customs, Beeline Moto, Velomaki, and Quad Lock. And then on top of that, we had the WTF category, which was urbanrider.co.uk, and the art category, which was Deus Customs.
Thanks, guys. Amazing.
We want to
Amazing.
thank absolutely everyone that submitted and everyone that's actually helped us get through this. It's been completely mind-blowing putting this together. Scott and I have been working super hard to redo the website. The website has been redone. We're here to feature as many custom motorbikes as we can. So we're asking for a bit of support from the builders out there. We'll give you as much support as we can back. And throughout the year, we're going to be offering some more prizes and bits and pieces.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Hopefully this is the last time we do a COVID custom show. We always said this is the one show we don't want next year. But,
However, if we somehow manage to live another 100 years, I suggest we do a version 2.
yeah, maybe it's a different disease. Maybe it's like the Mad Cow custom show next year. Or...
Maybe we'll make our own disease using a bit of a mix of 5G and that. An additional thank you to my twin brother, to the guys here in the office, Mikey, Tanya, and Ramsey. We've had a lot of fun bringing this to you. We hope that we've lightened up your day a little bit. Happy Sunday if you're in Australia. Happy Saturday if you're everywhere else around the world. Take care, guys.
Take care.
Good night.
Stay safe.
Arrivederci.
Ciao.